Good morning and welcome to Motivational Monday on Coffee with Alain. Help get your week started well and right. Get you off on the right track so you can have a great week. If it's not your Monday because you worked through the weekend, hey, it's still some motivation to keep you going. I'm going to share a little bit of wisdom from Ben Franklin. You can see me by the statue there. That is the statue at the University of Pennsylvania. One of the statues of Ben Franklin. He started that university, so obviously a number of statues and different things about him around the campus. I'm also drinking out of my University of Pennsylvania mug. You can see the statue of Ben Franklin on the mug there. And you look over there, there's that other where he's sitting on the bench. That's a famous statue sculpture there at the campus as well. So everything sort of revolving around Benjamin Franklin this morning. Pretty smart guy, did a lot of great things. A lot of his quotes make a lot of sense today, just as they did back then. Hope you enjoyed last night's newsletter. It had a little bit of reminiscence from the trip to Philadelphia as well. That article about Rocky, an article about staying safe if you're taking Uber, Lyft, taxis. A lot of us do those ride shares these days. I do them when I'm traveling. Sometimes I'll do taxi if it's more convenient. Sometimes I do Uber, but we want to stay safe doing those because there are those that use those means to help lure people and rob people and do some bad stuff. So we got to stay safe when we're using those. Good morning, Eric. Appreciate you being here. Saying good morning. So I hope you enjoyed the newsletter. If you're not getting it, go to enjoylifesafely.com, get on that list. But let's look at some motivational wisdom from Ben Franklin. If you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead and rotten, either write things worth reading or do things worth the writing. That's attributed to Ben Franklin and has a lot of good stuff. I mean, if you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead and rotten, either write things worth reading or do things worth the writing. You know, I'm trying to do both. I write stuff that I hope you enjoy reading, like the newsletter that went out last night, like the books that I do, like the free guides you can get at enjoylifesafely.com. And I'm trying to do things to help folks, and maybe somebody will write about it one of these days. Helicopter safety tips, Eric asks. You know, it's been quite a while since I've been in a helicopter, Eric. My safety tip would be do what the professionals tell you to do. I was in some scary helicopter rides because you haven't been in a helicopter ride until you've been with a pilot that's zipping down through the mountains, in and out and over, and you know, because he's doing a training mission to fly nap of the earth. You're doing the training mission to get where you want to go. And some of those rides through the Korean mountains, up and down and turning sharp and fast, and they would make you pucker factor. And I actually had a friend, my roommate, he was on a separate helicopter, and they came really close to going down. He said they all were super puckered if they didn't even mess their pants. I never had one that close, but I've had some scary helicopter rides. My advice is to do what the professionals tell you to do when you're in the chopper. Want to say good morning to Thad. Thad said good morning. Appreciate you being here, Thad. Want to say good morning to Dixon. Dixon's here. Proved that lightning is based on electricity. Yes, he did. He did a lot of good things. I actually just picked up a giant biography of Ben Franklin yesterday at the book sale that I went to. You get that bag of books for $10. So I filled the bag full, and I actually picked up one of the books in the bag was this big giant biography of Ben Franklin that I'm going to read just to know a little bit more about him, since he did start the university that my daughter's at. So pretty smart guy, and he did some things that they're writing about. So he followed that quote for sure. He wrote a lot of things worth reading, and he did stuff worth writing about. So pretty good role model in that aspect. Eric said, that's powerful, talking about the quote of Ben Franklin, and then laughed at the puckered. Yeah, the pucker factor when you're riding in that chopper going like that through those mountains, it was definitely there. I need to hop off and get a bunch of stuff done, preparing for the classes I'm teaching later this week on effective communication and active shooter response. I have a class, both of those teaching this week, so I need to get ready for those. But one last time, the wise words from Benjamin Franklin: if you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead and rotten, either write things worth reading or do things worth the writing. Make it a magnificent, marvelous, motivational Monday, and I'll be back to see you tomorrow.